All right, we now welcome on a woman who makes that engine run for one of the largest, best events in the state of Iowa. She is
It's a big one.
the office manager of the great Jones County Fair. She is Abby Jaeger. Welcome.
Welcome,
I
Abby.
am.
Welcome,
Thank you
Abby.
so much, you guys. This is so fun. 174 years we've been doing this, so
And you've been doing it how long?
this is my fifth fair.
Okay, we got a lot of questions for you, Abby, because I think when people hear office manager, they're going to think one thing, and then they're going to be very surprised about how much work you probably do throughout the year and the rest of the volunteers and everybody around Jones County.
Yeah, it's a big one. So we'll dive right in.
Let's do it.
To be honest, some days I don't even know what my job is.
That's when you know you're doing it all.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
Take us to like day one of planning. What does that look like for the office manager and the rest of the team at Jones County?
so our team is so we're two hired individuals. So we have a general manager and an office manager, and so there's two staff within the Jones County Fair year round. So our general manager and myself, and then we have an elected board of 22 individuals that are elected throughout the county. It's a tiered system. It's how it's always been. And so day one pretty much starts when one fair ends and we open the door to Monday morning after that fair. Monday morning, my boss every year, he walks in and he's like, all right, well, next year. And I'm like, I'm most of the time hungover, second, like over the fair. And so that first day, it's eyes wide open. What did we do wrong? How can we fix it? What can we do better? And I'm super passionate about the fairgoer experience. And so obviously, small town Iowa, there's lots of conversations that are had and lots of ideas flowing. And so we try to jot it all down right away just to see how we can improve and what we can implement going forward. So that's day one.
I was just about to ask you, like, how happy are you the day after the Great Jones County Fair is officially over? And
I day three after, so like Wednesday after, reality kind of sets in that like, okay, and like that edge kind of wears off. And I said prior to getting on, I'm a mom of three. And so it's like, okay, now I get to hug my children and like love on them because we started struggling probably this week with the kids. And so it's just kind of like, okay, back to reality, back to everyday life. But fortunate for us, we live the fair life 365 days a year. So
someone's got to do it. And just obviously it's not yourself, but it's coming up. It's next week. How many actual people are working to coordinate this event?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, there's the two of us, the board of 22. But there's something about fairs, which I feel like maybe you guys maybe are passionate about this too. Once it's in your blood, like you can't get it out. And like an Iowa kid, like once it's in your blood, you cannot be done. You just keep going back for more, go back for more. And so pretty much everybody who has been on our fair board or is on our fair board or has been a fair queen, is our fair queen. It kind of ramps up and is involved to an extent prior to fair. So I would guess like on the grounds right now, there's probably well over 50 people prepping, the track and the grandstands. I was just outside spraying lines for the food vendors. And one of the guys was climbing on top of the grandstand to hang the flag. And I was like, oh my gosh, God, that's not my job.
It's actually a lot less people than I anticipated for conducting one of the largest events in the state. So
that's we
really
average
like that you guys make that work.
It is.
Totally.
Some days I feel bad for our board because they're here just as many hours as me, but I'm actually getting paid. But there's obviously perks that come with it, but they are a set of individuals who are really selfless and really want this for our county. When you look at the state and there's obviously the state fair, there's Clay County, the world's greatest county fair, and then there's the Great Jones County Fair. And so we kind of have this side of the state pegged, and we're all really passionate about it. And like I said, once it's in your blood, it's there to stay.
Yeah, a relatively small amount of people to put on one of the bigger county fairs, probably in the Midwest. I don't know the exact numbers, but you expect, 100,000 people throughout the 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, we average around 100,000. It all depends on the grandstand entertainment.
Which we're really excited to talk about for sure. But there's going to be some viewers and listeners that have never been to the Great Jones County Fair, and they're probably coming for a headliner or something like that. What makes the Great Jones County Fair so special, and what can people look forward to this year?
So I always like to say what makes it the specialist is all the little things we put into it. You come for those big headliners, but on the grounds there's all these little things that make it great. Every year we're 10 and under are free, which I always like to know as a mom. That's like something I'm like, you can come and have an affordable day at our fair. It's not like the state fair where you have to, every dollar you have to make sure, we like to stay budget friendly. That being said, we also do have the headline. We have the big names, we have the big acts, but then we do have our cattle shows and our FFA and 4-H shows. This year we have 13 free grounds acts that like are performing around the grounds all week long. And they come from as far away as like the South and West Coast, East Coast, and they're just performers. And so they do like the most unique things, and they are the funniest individuals you would ever meet. And they come and just put on a great show for all of our local people who come. And I would say the best part about it is definitely the people that put all this together. Like you guys said, 50 people on the grounds right now doesn't seem like a lot, but they have been here for days, days upon days. And we also have a great, I look at our brochure and I can't help but talk about our sponsors. We have a really great group of people who see this fair through every year financially. And so, I mean, all the little things make it great.
You might have said it right there, but are there any hidden gems that people tend to overlook each year at the fair?
I'm a big into tradition and history. Like I've said a million times, 174 years. We have our two longest standing traditions. Which, have you guys ever seen harness racing?
I don't think so.
It's like horse racing, except they like are in a harness. It's like on a cart, and so we have been doing harness racing for as long as the fair has been around, 174 years.
Okay, we'll throw up some pictures for anyone that doesn't know what harness racing, and I'm gonna just be excited to look that up because that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and they so they do it around the state, but that's one thing we've always had. They're very weather dependent though. So some years it hasn't gone out because if it's too hot or it's too cold, they don't. Obviously, it's never too cold, but if it's too hot, they don't run.
I don't think you'll have to worry about the cold this year, based on the last.
Yeah,
few
we
weeks.
do not look at the weather. Nope, that's one. In the realm of things I can control, that is outside.
That is such a healthy hack that I've picked up in the last year of my life. I quit looking at the weather. I'm done. Every time I look at it, it's never.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, what are we gonna do about it? We can't change it. We adapt and we just move and we put around a raincoat and have a little more fun. Is all we can really do.
So there's tons of.
Then we also have
tons of tradition. What's new?
Yeah. Oh, we have this year. So at the state fair, they have the Bill Riley Talent Show. We have never implemented that at our fair, and this year we are. So we're excited about that. We have like 60 contestants doing the Bill Riley Talent Show, so they will then qualify for the state fair to go and represent Jones County there. And then we also have a 5K that gets ran on Saturday morning. So you can see Megan Maroney on Friday night run a 5K and go see Riley Green all within 24 hours.
So, what was I going to say? You said Megan Maroney, she's running in the 5K?
I mean, probably not. But.
you could go see her, then run the 5K, then go see her.
Yeah, yes. I don't know if we could talk her into the 5K. That might be a lot.
I mean, this fair's just got
Can you imagine the content from that, though? That's where my brain goes right away. But
my brain went to security. Could you imagine the security we'd have to have for that? Man. Oof.
Speaking of Megan, since you brought up the artist a couple times now, obviously for the people going, who's going to be there. Huge headliners every single year, which I think is why Jones County gets such a big reputation. Who are you personally most excited about, and who do you think will surprise everyone with a great show?
I would definitely be most excited about Megan Maroney, the Cloud9 tour. Personally, I'm a mom of 2 girls that are 10, and so we've been listening to that for all summer long. But the one thing about Megan's show, it's the Cloud9 tour. It's a national tour. Mm-hmm. If you look at the dates and the locations, it's Nashville, Las Vegas, Chicago, and then Monticello. I think she's in Minneapolis, and then it's Monticello, Iowa. And so I was actually coming home from Denver for a work conference, and we announced that day the Megan Maroney tour, or the Megan Maroney concert. I had to stop in the Denver airport. I was like, this says Monticello, Iowa, and we did this. Like we put that, like we are on the map. And so it's just kind of one of those surreal moments. It's like, wow, okay, we really have to do it because we announced it.
Who are some of the biggest artists that you almost had, but you couldn't quite get the deal done?
That's a good question.
It is a good one. So, and maybe I can tell you guys kind of how it works.
That would be interesting.
So how it works is we hire a third party agency to go get the acts for us. We have an entertainment committee on our fair board of 5 individuals who they kind of make like a top priority list, like who we want. And then we give it to our agents and they go and see. Everything comes into play and we hear about it from everybody because obviously we've been heavy country and, you know, country sells and country drinks beer. And so that's how you pay your bills in the fair industry.
Country's Iowa.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so when we take our, you know, pick of then we have to see how it's routing is a big one. So you have to see kind of like who's in the area, who's coming to the area. And then you have to worry about their hours of drive. They can only drive so many hours in a day with their rigs.
Sure.
And then obviously cost comes into play. We have been on the table for Morgan Wallen a couple times the past couple of years. But as you guys probably know, he's selling out arenas all over the world. And we want to remain financially responsible for our fairgoers. We don't want to have a $200 ticket. And so that's why we kind of cut and see what can come down next. And we always try to get somebody on the rise. Maybe not at their pinnacle, because their pinnacle is like, I mean, we have one right now in mind for 27.
Is her name Ella Langley?
I have no idea who it is, but all I know is that.
Can you please get her?
This person is on the rise, and they're after this AMAs, I think that just were, or CMAs, or whatever award show was just, her bottom dollar doubled overnight.
Oh wow. Those awards will do that, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and so it's a lot to balance.
Abby, so Riley Green is the headliner this year. How many people can you expect for an attendance on that night?
So we sell approximately, give or take, a couple thousand, around 14,000 tickets.
That's.
But then we have a hillside. So we sit on a track. We'll call it a horse track because it's not a racetrack, because we do not have race cars anymore. Big drama if you're from Monticello. And so we sit on a track. Our stage is in the center of the track. The track holds so many, and then we have an amphitheater that holds so many. And then we have the hillside, which you can see really well all the way through it. And that's free with your admission. So you can only put as many on the hillside as you want.
When we did our pre-screening call, I think I mentioned that we were slated to see Lady A. And I believe there was a sickness, and you could probably tell us the ins and outs of this, but then you got Three Doors Down. And I'll tell you, as a fan of Three Doors Down growing up, that was a huge draw. That was awesome. We're like, what a great substitution. Good. But we were on that hillside.
Did you come?
Yeah. And I thought that hillside was awesome. Like, that is a great
and so we have,
your point.
Yeah, and we have like 3 jumbotrons that kind of scatter out. And so you can still see the main stage, but you can see it big on the jumbotron too. So every seat is a good seat, and I struggle with that as I do a lot of our ticketing. And so it's like, every seat is a good seat.
Bryce, what year did you go to the fair?
So this probably, was that 21 or 22?
22.
Yeah.
My very first fair.
I didn't know you went. Okay. So I
call it my blackout fair. I didn't know what my job was.
So I have not had my virginity taken yet for the Great Jones County Fair, and I'm from North Central Iowa. Obviously, it's not, you don't get people probably attending there, but you still know about it. And then I moved to Cedar Falls. It becomes a lot more popular. And then I started working in Cedar Rapids 4 years ago, and all my coworkers, that's all they talked about for the entire month was how the Great Jones County Fair was coming up. And I was trying to.
Yeah, I'm confused why you haven't been here.
I'm trying to grasp the idea of it, and they would get party buses every year.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, what, for our fair? And then obviously over the years I've come to understand, like, this is the real deal. So
yeah, and we have so many party buses. From Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, Cedar Falls. I mean, and we have strictly party bus parking because so many come, and it's how fun!
Great way to do it.
Great way to do it.
Yeah, and
I'm going to say this for anyone that's nervous about parking there. we had a great time with that part of it. It's a very easily accessible fair, which I feel like can stress people out, especially when you come downtown to Des Moines, the east side, and you're like, do I park at Southeast Polk? Do I shuttle down? Do I try to find parking in the middle of downtown Des Moines? And that was not like that at the Jones County Fair, which was really nice.
We sit right next to our golf course. And for the week of the fair, we man the golf course, and all the parking is at the golf course. And then obviously local people, you can park in their yards. Everybody's open to it. So it works out really well.
Yeah, the more I hear about it, the more it seems like this fair's like the sweet spot, Bryce. Because I talk about how I'm not a big Iowa State Fair guy. I go there, there's a million people, it's $1 million, everything I do, and you got to park 1,000,000 miles away, right? It's too much for me. I'm like, I'd rather just not do it. But I still like to be around people, social, have my entertainment. So this sounds like the right number for what I'm looking for.
I don't know why you're
So,
not,
Abby, here's
I'm out of
Nate's fair experience
clearly.
here. He's obviously been to his hometown county fair. He has been.
Yeah, what is that fair?
Cassuth County.
Okay, he's been to the Iowa State Fair, and he did not have a great experience. We have had a very hard time getting him back there. Yeah. He has recently been to the Butler County Fair, and that's, there's a wide disparity between those fairs, and I think, to Nate's point, Great Jones County Fair is that perfect sweet spot.
What are you doing next week?
We have a golf tournament on Saturday.
We're in a golf tournament, yes, but
we have Thursday, we have Friday.
What I need to do is I need to sneak on to one of my coworkers' party buses, and it's the perfect setup, right? I don't have to worry about trying to get from A to B. It's going to drop me right off at the front, and I can just have a time of my life, and then I'll get back just fine,
We got to get you.
I'm out of excuses, Abby. I know.
So when you're ready to come, you'll call me, and I will make sure it happens, because we have obviously a great lineup this year, but I have a feeling next year's going to be just as good.
Okay.
So.
I think I know what I'm doing next year then.
Yeah, plan it now. And Ragbri will not come in the area next year, hopefully.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. It's the week of the Ragbri.
Yeah, so this year, we pan up with Ragbri, and they're in Dyersville, which is like 15 miles north of us.
Their big game coming there in a couple of weeks too. Okay, Abby, this is an important one because I think a lot of people think of animals, concerts, and the big trio completion there is the food. What is the first food item that you get when you go to the Jones County Fair?
I'm a sucker for trying all the new stuff.
Okay, what's new? What can we be excited about?
She knows.
Yeah, so so part of my job also is organizing all of our food vendors. And so I have awesome relationships with all of them, and we love when they come to town. They're kind of from all over, Texas, Oklahoma, Mexico, all over, Minnesota. But this year we're having, they're like flavored churros with creamery ice cream.
Yes.
And so I'm super excited to see how that all pans out and just how it looks. But then there's always like the Minnesota cheese curds, the Wisconsin cheese curds, all those things you have to get. And then let's see what else. Funnel cake fries. I do not like a funnel cake. I like the funnel cake fries.
That might be the
Way
right
less
play.
messy.
I don't know anybody that can finish a full funnel cake by themselves. The fries might be
they're so messy. Kids, it's just like a bad deal.
It's fun for the first like quarter portion of it, and after that, I'm like, I got to set this down somewhere.
Yeah, this has got to go somewhere else. Yeah, and then there's just so many options. We have obviously the 4-H food stand. We have a coffee truck. Dirty sodas are hot right now, and so we got a dirty soda cart coming, and just it's always fun to just see what I can pull in new, because we don't have all this variety in Monticello every day of the week. So let's make it for 5 days, give them as much variety as we can.
I think we were selling T-shirts the year that we set up our booth, and whatever we made in T-shirt sales, we put directly back into the food stands.
So did you guys have a booth here before?
We did, and we were right on that hill where we ended up.
Yeah. I was telling my boss that. Well, he was, am I doing this? And he was like, they've been to the fair. And I was like, have they though? And I think that was my first year.
Mm-hmm.
The black.
That sounds about right. And it really was a great time. I can't remember what we had to eat, but I remember everything was very good. So if anyone's on the fence about what they're going to be eating, it's going to be good stuff. No, I can't.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Healthy, but
no, absolutely not. I have a gluten-free husband and office assistant, and it's a bad week for them.
It's all part of the fair experience. Nobody goes there.
Yes, exactly.
It's
exactly.
Enjoy it once a year. All right, I want to get to some of the fun part of the questions here. What's the craziest thing that's happened during your time at the fair?
It's hard to beat the Lady A cancellation.
Really?
For me.
So
yeah, that was
the one night that I was there was like one of the bigger things that happened.
Logistically, so I guess my job is all of our marketing, all of our like advertising. I handle all of that. And this was my very first year. I had no idea what my job actually really was. Um, and I went to do an interview that Monday morning of Fair Week. I went to do an interview at a local radio station. And I walked back in the office from that, and my boss said, I need to talk to you in my office. And I was like, ooh, getting fired. Yes, send me home. And he was like, I just sent you an email. I need you to go to your desk and handle it. And I was like, what could this be? And I walked back to my desk, and it was the cancellation notice. We had to refund all of the tickets. We had to refund, like, and so we have, like, reserve box holders that get paper tickets every year. All those people had tickets, and, like, now they're not going to work. And so it was just a logistical nightmare for that. And for that reason, that was probably the craziest thing that's ever happened so far. And I hope it never happens again. But I'm trying to think of like more fun things that happen.
That's
By the
tough.
way, that completely
first year
kicked me back onto Dad Rock, which was great timing because at the time the Vikings had Kirk Cousins and his theme song was Creed, so it was just like a perfect mesh. So kudos to you guys last minute finding a good substitute.
I just got done watching the Creed video on YouTube. I was trying to get the
So we just had Creed a couple of years ago.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had, I think it was Shinedown, Pitbull, and no, it wasn't that order, but we had Creed a couple of years ago, and they're like throwback to '99 tour, and it was again another like national tour that we randomly got, and it was like, how the heck do we keep pulling this off? And I learned that it's our stage that people enjoy because we have a permanent structure where a lot of fairs that you go to have a built structure. Ours is concrete and can hold the loads that an arena does.
Sure.
Which is why we can do the things that we can do here. Is our stage is a permanent structure.
Okay, what about a fun thing that's happened behind the scenes that like a lot of people would never know that happened, but
Nelly last year. So we had Nelly come last year on Friday. It was probably like he was supposed to go on in like an hour. And I got a call from our production manager. He's like, hey, Nelly needs a t-shirt. And I was like, okay. Well, like, and like artists can give us a request of a lot of different things. I'm like, okay, what kind of t-shirt? Like, is it not the right cotton? Like, what's going on? No, he wanted fair merch. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I can do that. So I ran down a t-shirt real quick. He comes out and gets it, cuts off the sleeves, and goes on stage with it. I was like, oh,
that's
cool.
That's a pretty good
PR.
So
it's so small, but that's so cool just because it's
it was just like one of the, and like, I'm fortunate enough to do all our design work too. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, like
that's pretty cool.
That is my design on stage with Nelly. That's weird, but he also had a show in Vegas the night he performed here.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so he was double booked the same night he was in Iowa. So he had to leave here directly on a flight to Vegas to perform. On the same night. It was kind of like I wouldn't have
quite the swing from Monticello to Las Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. And like, how does that how are we on the map for that? I don't know, but it's kind of weird.
Well, like we said, it's coming up here next week. What are some of your final preparations here? Or is it just kind of, well, I know it's not relaxed time for you, but what are the final steps looking like for you here, Abby?
It's kind of like building a town. Everything kind of comes to life. We have obviously tenting. We have sponsors coming in. We have vendors, we have displays, all those things kind of start to get built. And so the guys are hard at work right now, kind of placing blocks and placing just different things, building we have like Toddler Town, our carnival rolling on Sunday. Those guys are a lot. And so when they get here, it's kind of like, hey, mass chaos, organized mass chaos is what I like to call it in the next couple days. I do take Saturday and we like thoroughly clean the office. So we're like set and ready to go. But then it's kind of all hell breaks loose, and it's the best kind of hell you'd ever want to be a part of. Yeah. And so as they pull in, and I mean, you just kind of make magic happen for a lot of people in a small town. It's just the 5 best days of summer. I don't know how else to say it.
For anyone that doesn't like good food and is allergic to great concerts and small town Americana, what would your sales pitch be to come to the Jones County Fair last minute this year?
So with admission, we also have great local bands. So if you're not going to the show, we have local talent in both of our beer tents, like our craft beer tent, and then we have our brew house. Have you guys heard of Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys yet?
Oh yeah,
yes.
Oh yeah, he hangs out at JR's a lot at the state fair.
Yeah, so I have them 2 nights this year, Thursday and Saturday, and so like those boys just bring it every time, and so you don't have to come and go to the concert. There's so much to do other than that. Obviously, our beer tents are quite popular. We have great variety all the time. We are bringing NA and gluten-free this year, which I'm super excited about.
What kind of gluten-free beers do you have?
Oh, you guys have been there. Crispy Boy.
Yes, that's why we had to ask. Yeah. I figured it was those guys. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
delicious,
Jamie and Eric. Yeah, Jamie and Eric are in Jones County, obviously. Yeah, aren't they so fun?
They're great people, and I just what a great time they seem to have with their life and their friends.
Yeah, and so they are just like and they're building like a whole tap house.
They have
in
a whole tap. Yeah, that's not open yet?
Yeah, no, it's not. They hope to have the coffee shop open by fair, and I don't think it's going to happen, but. So we went out this winter. We went out and they gave us a tour. They talked to the boys. We took some of the fair board out there, and then they had like a keg cooler that they have there, and we serve a lot of beer on the track, and we go through a lot of kegs. And so we were like, how can we mimic this in our beer situation to like better move product faster? Sure enough, we built the same exact cooler. It's on the track this year. It's going to be great. They just have inspired a lot of different things, and now they'll have 2 lines in the craft beer tent, and I'm super jazzed about it.
Very, very
cool. Yeah.
Very deserved.
And that's one of the best parts of my job is like bringing in those local things.
I guess
like how exciting for them.
How many total breweries do you work with?
So sponsored wise, we have Crispy Boy and Big Grove.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Grove hosts a Stein holding competition.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I've seen that.
On Saturday they do sign holding, and then this year we've added a kid division with root beer.
Okay.
Fun. And so it's like an option for 2. They get a Big Grove Stein for $5 full. The first year we had like 42 participants, and last year we had like 74.
You ever get like Iowa football players participating in that?
Well, beef days in the fair have sat on each other for the last couple of years.
Yeah, the great hay bale toss, right?
Yeah, I'm a Solon grad, so.
Okay.
I appreciate the beef days, but this year we are not the same. So maybe we'll see.
There you go.
Yeah, you just never know who you're going to get, and that's kind of one of the fun parts. It's open to everybody.
In this state, you make the most of the few months where it's nice out, it's not blowing blizzard or tornado, and unfortunately, there is a lot going on these few weeks of the summer. But I think you've made a great case for the Jones County Fair, and anyone that's on the fence, I think you might have swung them. To come.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to try it out because there's just a lot of fun to be had. And I mean, Bailey Zimmerman, Megan Maroney, Riley Green, Gary Allen. I mean,
it's a pretty good lineup.
It's the entertainment every year for the Great Jones House.
Yeah, it is. And it's just fun. It's just honest small town fun. And that's every year I'm humbled to get to do what I do. And it kind of you forget that sometimes in these weeks, preparation weeks, that like what you do is really impactful. We actually did an impact statement in 2024 to see kind of what we do for our county. And it was $24 million in 5 days.
That's like, those are RAGBRAI numbers throughout the state, if not more.
Yeah. And so it's fun to get to go to work and love what you do.
Yeah.
So
that's
and put,
like you guys,
and put Iowa on the map. That's something that Nate's been passionate about for many years now. And obviously myself and, it's just one of those things that you think of Iowa and Jones County's right up there. So,
yeah, I'm fortunate enough to. So within the fair industry, there's the national fair industry, like the International Fair Association and Expos, and we go to a lot of the conferences for that. There's National Zone, all the different things. And when we go to that stuff and you network and you talk to people and you tell them your lineup, they're all like, their jaws hit the table every single time, and they're like, "How do you do that?" And I'm like,
It is unreal. You know how many times I came across a conversation hearing who's playing at the Great Jones. I'm like, what? Why? Exactly. Why is this person there? You know, I could not grasp it for like a decade. I'm like, who in the right mind is going to Monticello, like Nelly? I don't know. So props to you guys. You know,
well, you're kind of annoying because why haven't you came? I'm just so confused by that.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll get them someday. You will get them. I believe in it.
Well, I hope you call and like we can like actually like give you the grand tour.
We'll call them up next year and we're gonna go to the Crispy Boy, grab ourselves some gluten-free beer, and we're gonna tour throughout the Jones County.
Pinky promise.
Yeah, I need to be there.
Deal.
My coworkers have too many good times there with their party bus. I'm jealous. So,
what do you do? Like, what's your real job?
So I deliver solar panels in Cedar Rapids. Yep, I do it throughout the state. So,
interesting.
Yep, love it. But Abby, we appreciate for finding the time to hop on with us. How many shows and podcasts have you been on here recently?
I have done 2 a day this week, and then I have radio, two radios tomorrow, TV on Saturday, radio again on Monday.
What TV station Saturday?
KCRG.
Okay, yeah.
And then we did KCRG earlier this week. We did KWL.
Credit you.
Well, thank you.
All over.
Thank you for spending a few minutes with us.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so fun.
Making the Jones County Fair sound even better than it already is. And
it's
hopefully
the great Jones County Fair.
Next year you're holding us to it.
Yeah, you have to. It's not optional.
I'm out of excuses, so I will be there.
Yeah,
Abby,
I'll come get you.
You know what? Screw it.
Pull up in a big bus and Nate will happen.
I'll just sit outside with my jorts on, and I'll be ready to go with my.
There we go.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Well, thank you for your guys' time. This is fun, and thanks for all you do for Iowa. This is you guys are doing really good.
Right back at you, and
let's keep going.
Credit to you for staying sane. Continue to stay sane, and good luck next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Good vibes only.